Welcome everyone to another episode of Real Estate, Real Life, and Real Talk with Damon, the agent. Give me 1 second. I'm having some technical difficulties real quick, but I'm getting everything straight. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. So basically, welcome. I want to say last week we didn't come onto the show because basically it was Veterans Day. I want to thank each and every one of the veterans out there. Also for the music that's playing in the background. I want it to be known that I do not own the copyrights to this music that you're here playing. Alexa, turn the volume up. Once you're to hear that a little bit, if you already do not hear it. Singing about me. Without singing about me. Just want to play it for like 1 minute for you all to hear it. And then I'll come back to it because it's part of my topic today. Hope you all can hear it. Without singing about me. Without singing about me. Hope you all can hear it. Sing about love. Are you gonna sing about love? 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 Without singing about me. Without singing about me. Without singing about me. Without singing about me. All right, y'all, enough of me singing. Alexa, turn the music off. Well, briefly, again, I want to welcome you all to another episode. This is episode 35 of Real Estate, Real Life, Real Talk, and Real Live with Damon, the agent. It's when I come to you every week and I talk to you all about real estate. I also have a business spotlight on, and I also talk and share whatever's going on in the world today or a topic. So let's begin the program. Today, I wanted to talk about programs for buyers. Now, there have been many talks lately about the interest rates rising, and this puts some people out of affordability when it pertains to purchasing a home, but it really didn't push everyone out of it. So I just want to share that. At the same time, though, I just wanted to go over a few programs because during the week, I briefly mentioned I had made a post similar to what I'm going to discuss today. And I had mentioned about the programs that I was using to help a few buyers out. I had mentioned HPAC and I also mentioned NACA. And I had some people to inquire about the HPAC program and also about the NACA program. So I wanted to briefly go over those things to help people understand what they are. HPAC, which means it's HPAP, it means Home Purchase Assistant Program. It is a program that is used in DC. It's been one of the things that the mayor of DC has been trying to push out there as far as the affordability for people. So it basically helps people with their down payment and their closing costs in Washington, D.C. Now, at one point, they were giving up to $80,000. They upped that amount up on October the 1st, 2022 to up to $202,000. Correct. That is correct. Up to $202,000 with down payment and closing cost assistance. Now, This is a loan program. You know what I'm saying? It's a interest-free loan program. So people would know, because someone asked me, was it a grant or was it a loan? It is a interest-free loan program. So basically, depending on if you reside and looking to purchase in DC, depending on how much your income in is, most people will qualify. But there are income restrictions. So I just want you to be aware of that. But you have to go through a workshop first in order to see if you qualify. And then also they are giving up to 202,000 interest free with that money in Washington, D.C. That program is being used by many people because right now the HPAC Center has a backload of work because of so many people who are in DC who are purchasing. So let's say hypothetically, if you are purchasing a home that's 500,000, again, that's up to 202,000. So let's say you get qualified for 200,000. Of that 200,000, you're not paying interest on that 200,000 that is being used for that. You will be paying whatever your interest rate is on the 300,000. But I always like to say, speak with a lender to go over the numbers, because the numbers is really what you want to focus on. Your monthly payment, how much you earn. I'm sorry, not how much you earn, how much you pay every month for your mortgage is what's the main thing you want to focus on. So with this program in Washington, D.C., it is helping people to be able to afford to purchase in D.C. The prices in D.C., as we know, are kind of steep in certain areas, but this is helping people to still be able to purchase in DC. I'm helping people right now. There's several people who are under contract right now with this particular program. So that's why I know it is helping and it is working. So if people are interested in the HPAC program, I can provide you with more details, or I can direct you to a lender. Just please feel free to inbox me or to DM me, and I would definitely share the information with you all to see if you qualify, because there are many people who are in there. Now, again, this is an interest-free, up to 202 down payment and closing cost assistance for first-time home buyers in DC. Now, I just want to, make sure that people are clear. First-time home buyers in DC. So that's one program. Another program that I had mentioned when I made the post this week was about the NACA program. NACA, which is NACA. Okay, I don't know if people are familiar with that, but NACA is a program. It's a nonprofit organization that's in DC, but at the same time, with this particular program, you can use it in DC, Maryland to purchase home, and Virginia. So this is one good thing about NACA. NACA is just not limited to one particular area. NACA is, it's a mortgage without consideration of your credit score. So let me explain that. Meaning, no matter what your credit score is, whether you have a 500 credit score or whether you have a 700 credit score, they don't focus on your credit score with NACA. They do put you in a program that can basically take anywhere from 6 months to a year. It is a workshop that you have to go through with them as well too. And then once you complete the workshop, the good thing about NACA is they also will pay your down payment and closing costs. Now with NACA, they always try to get the buyers to ask the sellers to pay some closing costs to buy down the interest rate. But really run the numbers on that, because I had one of my clients who used NACA. And at the time that we were using the program, it was at the height of the market where there were multiple offers on things. So sellers were not considering any offers that were asking for closing costs. So when she ran the numbers, she realized that buying down was only 0.025%, which she said, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was like $4 a month. I know it was very, very low. So she was like, it's only like a $4 a month difference. So after we took the asking for closing costs out of the equation, of course, she was able to win her offer and get a home of her choice. So again, with NACA, they tend to pay your down payment and closing costs, and they do not focus on your credit score. So that's the good thing about NACA. I also work with a with a lender there. So if anyone is interested in learning more about that program, please feel free to DM me so I can direct you to the proper people. But the good part, again, about NACA is they do not focus on your credit. You do not need any funds. You just need to go through this program that takes an extremely long time. So the only thing about NACA is the program takes 6 months to a year by the time you get finished. So if you're looking to purchase next year, I would suggest you beginning right now with NACA. If you're looking to purchase like within the next month or two, you can use HPAC in DC. So these are two of the programs that are in the Washington, D.C. area. And then we have a third program, which is called the MMP program. This is the Maryland Mortgage Program. This program tends to help with down payment and closing costs as well. What this program does, it gives up to 5% in closing cost assistance. Again, up to 5% in closing cost assistance. What this tends to do is tends to help anyone who's looking to purchase in the state of Maryland. Now, again, this is the MMP program, the Maryland Mortgage Program. Certain lenders are very educated when it pertains to this program. There are also some lenders who are not educated when it pertains to this program. So being connected with the right lender will definitely help you when it pertains to getting a mortgage for a home that you're looking to purchase. So I hope I clarified that for you as far as the programs. Then again, I'm going to go over them. It's the HPAC program, which is primarily in DC. There is the MMP program, which is primarily in Maryland, and there's the NACA program that you can use anywhere. The HPAC gives up to $202,000 to first-time home buyers in DC. The MMP program in Maryland gives up to 5% closing cost assistance in Maryland, and also the NACA program pays for your down payment and closing costs, and it is not credit driven. So it doesn't matter what your credit score is. The only thing you have to do is your due diligence and call someone like me so I can direct you to the proper lender in each of these locations. So I wanted to go over those various programs with you all. So again, I hope that that helps someone when it pertains to program, because even though the interest rate has gone up, these programs are still helping people to buy, to be affordable, to purchase home where they want to purchase home. Because here's the thing. People look at the interest rate rising, but they don't look at the fact that your rent is rising. Every year your rent goes up. So rent goes up faster than interest rate. And the fact is that if you are not careful, you can basically be paying more in rent than you would if the interest rate continuously goes up to 10, 12%. You'll still be paying more in rent over time. And because when you look at it, the interest rate right now is 7%. So going back a couple of months ago, it was 3%. That's a 4% difference. But your rent goes up every year, I believe 5%. So in 2 years, that's really 10%. In 2 years, I doubt if the interest rate goes up 10%. But if it does, guess what? The good part about owning a home is you get a tax write-off with the home ownership. And another good part about owning a home is you always have up until the 15th of the month to make your mortgage payment. When you rent a property, you only have until, I believe, the 4th or the 5th of the month to pay your rent. So you have that extra time, which sometimes people need extra time to get money to make payments, so they are not considered late. So again, you have up until the 15th to pay your mortgage. You only have up until the 5th to pay your rent. And also, even if you're late on your mortgage, they are not going to send you something the same month or next month saying you got to go. When you don't pay your rent, they do that. You don't pay it, next month, they send you something, say you got to go to court, you got to go. So again, these programs are here to help people buy property. So if you're looking to buy a property within the next month or two, or even within the next year, it would be very good to look into these programs. Now, again, I had mentioned about the MMP program, and then also about the NACA program, and also about the HPAC program. So it's up to you all to make the next move. I provided the information for you. I look forward to hearing for you when it pertains to that. So the next guest I have coming on my program is a lady. Her name is LaKimbra Clark. She goes by the name of Miss Royal Connect. She's in a lot of things when it pertains to entrepreneurship. Her Instagram page, I'm going to put it up on the board, but she's a woman entrepreneur who's striving to do big things and to provide great services for you all. So I'm going to bring her on. Give me 1 second, you all. Hold on. Hold on, you all. 1 second. I do apologize about the technical difficulties. Hold on. I am looking for my partner who is supposed to be right here, and I don't see them. Okay, I don't know what's going on. But they said they on. But they're not on my end. All right, y'all. Hold on for 1 second. Don't y'all just love technology the way it is today? Okay. Device not connected. Need to yes. All right, y'all. Hold on for 1 second as I bring her on. Well, there she is. Hello. Your mic is not on. It says your mic is not on. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Hold on for 1 second. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, can you hear me? Say something. I can't hear you. So on your end, your mic. Don't you love technology? I can't hear you. I can see you moving, but I can't hear you at all. I can see you moving. Go down to your settings and see if your mic is on. You have an iPhone? You have an iPhone? Okay, let me see if I can help you. Like, go to your settings on your iPhone. Go to your settings on your iPhone and then see if you can go to. I was looking at sounds on Bluetooth. I don't know why I can't hear you. I don't know what to say. You just muted it. I just saw you muted. I can't believe it. No, do you have a AirPod in or something? You have an AirPod in? You just muted it again. Do you see where the mic is got? Turn your volume up. Maybe you could turn your volume. See if your volume is turned up on the side. It's all the way up? Wow. I don't know. That's crazy because I can see you talking. I can see you. Everything's clear. Okay. I don't know. You disappeared. I don't know where you went to this time, but. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. We're just waiting for Miss Royal Connect to get her volume together. We're having some technical difficulties. We all love technology today, and we can see her. You all can hear me. She can hear me, but for some reason we cannot hear her. I see her mic is on mute again. I think it's the settings on your phone. I had someone else who had similar, and they had to go into. I think they turned their volume up. See if you can put in your settings microphone. If you can go in your settings and type the word microphone. Hey y'all, I'm on this show giving out technical instructions. So if y'all are having issues with your phones as well or your computer, just ask me. I tend to know a lot of things about these types of things. So I'm a little tech savvy. But yeah, so if you type in the word microphone, it should take you to microphone, and then it should let you scroll down to use it should let you use the app or however you're pulling. It's going to ask you to always leave it on. So I think something like that. So everyone, please bear with us while there's technical difficulties going on. Hold on for 1 second. Authenticated with Facebook. So hold on for a second, y'all. We're just trying to get this technical difficulties straightened out. But while we're doing that, y'all, let me go back to elaborate back on the programs as I was mentioning. These programs are very useful these days. Now, the one good thing about programs, you all, is that programs are only good as long as they last. I mean, once the funds have been depleted, that means there are no more resources. For example, every year the programs are funded by the government every fiscal year. So once the funds have been depleted, the funds are gone. So normally with programs, it's always about first come, first serve. So I always tell people, do not wait. Like, for example, if you're looking to purchase, do not wait some time, because by the time you decide to go purchase a home, a lot of those funds have been depleted because a lot of people have come on a first come, first serve. Just like I mentioned before about HPAC is having being bombarded with applications because they're giving up to 202,000 now. So there's some people, instead of going to settlement in the normal 30 days, they have to go to settlement in 45 to 60 days when it pertains to programs. So I always tell people that when you're looking to see if you qualify for the programs, if you do, it's always the best time, meaning now, to take advantage of that program, because programs come and go. You all, every year programs come and go, programs change. When it pertains to what they're offering, they change. Like, let me give you all the historic information real quick. Years ago, when programs first came out, it was always based off first come, first serve. But over the years, they changed that because of the fact that they changed that because of the fact that they were able to realize that people who were getting the program were people who might have been, let's say, a single person who was making good money, like say 6 figures, and then um the mother who had 3 kids, worked 2 jobs, who really needed, didn't make as much. The money was gone. So they changed the guidelines of the programs. That's why now programs are based off income. They're income restrictions. They're based off locations. So that's why things have changed. So when people always say, because sometimes I've gotten people who say to me, well, my uncle bought a house. I always ask them, what year did your uncle buy the house? Because if your uncle bought the house in 1995, you got to understand programs were different then than they are now. Now they have guidelines. Now they have restrictions. Now there are limitations on things. So it's not the same. So that's why I tell people to take advantage of the program as quickly as you can. So I think we got this technical difficulty figured out with Miss Royal Connect. I'll be right back. Hold on. Are we working now?
I hope so.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Yes, finally. Oh my goodness, I don't
I
know.
apologize for the technical difficulties. I heard
It's
you. I'm not as advanced in the whole, technical side. I know a little bit, but I'm not an expert like you. But I'm glad we made it through. So I apologize for the delay.
Oh, it's okay. Better late than never is what I always say. Slow progress is better than no progress. So as long as
Absolutely.
you remember that, you'll be just fine. But I'm happy to have you. I've been trying to get you on the show for a while. She's been that busy, you all, to the fact where I had to book her. I've been trying to book her months ago. And what's this? This is November. I think I've been trying to book you since summertime, but nevertheless, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me ask you a few questions. Tell us about Royal Connect. Like, how did it come into existence and what is it?
So Royal Connect is a luxury auto rental company. Uh, I have been in the auto industry for about over 5 years now, and it really stemmed from I did wholesale. So I used to like flip cars, and just pretty much push them. And then I got into Toro. I have a big love for automobiles, and I think that the automobile industry is a very lucrative industry, but it also presents an opportunity for the consumers to really see how to manage their money a little better. So a lot of times I talk to my customers about the power of owning versus renting, so that they can pay themselves every month versus paying a particular lien holder if they have that at their resource.
Okay.
um I went into Toro, so I've been experienced through Toro through both sides as far as the consumer as well as the host. So on the consumer side, it's a great opportunity for people to, meet their needs as far as their rental needs, because anything can happen, car repairs, you need to do something with your family, business affairs, and sometimes you just need a nice, reliable ride. But the problem is sometimes a lot of consumers don't know that the automobile industry, they will take advantage of the lack of information that consumers have as far as the amount of money that they can charge you. And
Right.
that's not only in buying, but that's also in renting. And that's where you have a lot of the hidden fees, especially like in Toro. Like I said, I was a customer, so I could see what I purchased. But then in addition to that, you also can see your trip fees. So sometimes your trip fee can be just as much as your booking fee. And that in itself is ridiculous. And I feel like Royal Connect is an opportunity for our consumers to bridge the gap between the consumers and the actual community. And we do this by 10% of every booking goes towards a DMV charity of your choice or one of the feature. And the reason why I put a lot of emphasis on DMV is because, you go through the drive through and they're like, do you want to round up, go
Right.
to,
Yeah.
some children's. I mean, and it's great. It's a great effort and initiative to support. But I think that it really means a lot when you can actually see the impact of your money
Mhm.
here in your own community. So
Right.
that's why I focus mainly on the DMV focused community. So we're looking at like American Childhood Cancer out in Maryland. Out in DC, we got House of Ruth. I mean, we have the Mission of Love charities in Capitol Heights. I mean, we're talking about empowering, educating people, supporting low income families that are impacted by cancer, homelessness, education assistance and things of that nature. And so now we have the opportunity to create a platform where that our customers can actually see the needs of the community. But in addition to meeting their own needs as far as riding, looking good and making sure they take care of their needs as far as transportation, but it also allows them to, give back to the community.
So yeah, so let me elaborate on a few things. First of all, you're talking about give back to the community, which is I think is a very good thing. Yesterday I made a post and I was actually talking about how like me as a realtor, every time I get a sale, I tend to give a proceeds to the Children Miracle Network. That is to hospitals and everything, and you can actually choose the hospitals that you want to give to. So I've given to Children's Hospital, and it actually came back for me because like a couple of years ago, my daughter had to have surgery, open heart surgery, and Children's Hospital was the one who did it, but they also had the technology and stuff. But I felt like me giving to them came back to me, in that sense also. And
Right.
like I do try to donate there. I mean, that's just one of the places I donate, because I know the need of it. But I feel like we all should give back one way or another. And then also what you're doing, like you're saying, you're offering auto rental service to people, and then in on top of that, they get their needs met, but a proceed also goes towards a local charity, which is great. So let me ask you another question. What made you pursue the auto rental industry? Like you're renting cars just like Toro does, correct?
Correct.
So what made you get into that?
Um, I saw the need. I mean, again, so I went from the consumer as far as the one who needed a car. So now I have a few cars that I have readily available to rent. I think that it's an opportunity to kind of, give back. It's an opportunity to do something as far as pursuing the auto industry and making an impact on that. Because I know that there's a lot of great companies out here that are within the auto industry, but I just feel like there is a gap as far as teaching people how to give back. I mean, some people, they already know how to, but a lot of times they got to choose between meeting their own needs or doing whatever. But if I can show them a way that they can still be able to rent this car to go out of town for the holidays and then still be able to go back, then I feel like it's a perfect opportunity, and then we can also shed light on a lot of the needs of our community so
Mhm.
that we, each one teach one, and I feel like it's all about that.
So what kind of cars do you have for people to rent?
So right now we have a 17 C300 coupe. That's That's highly in demand. We have a 2014 E350, which is great, very spacious sedan. We have a E350 Lexus, E350 Lexus. That's a 14, which is also great. Get a lot of great comments and feedback on that because you can't beat a Lexus. Like the Benz are great, but then sometimes if you're a car lover, I love a nice Lexus. So yeah. And
Okay.
we're working on a couple of other pieces. I'm excited.
Well, that's good. So what separates Royal Connect from the rest of the auto rental competition? What makes you all like unique, special? Why would people choose you all rather than, I don't know, Toro or someone else?
I think that I know that what makes us unique is that it's more personalized experience. It's not a larger, you don't have to go through, you get right to the person that can help you. It's direct connection. And then in addition to that, because we have the giving back and all of your deductions are tax deductible, is a real passion of mine, is because my first home that I bought was the down payment was put on based off my tax refund. And so that just goes back to the power of your tax refund and how you can use that to kind of like better yourself as far as, whatever dreams and goals you have, whether it is home ownership or starting a business or just paying off bills, just being able to kind of give back and show how the tax notion can help with that.
That's awesome. So, what is the projected vision of Royal Connect in about 3 to 5 years? I mean, this is something new. Like, we know of Toro, but I don't know too many, Black businesses, especially Black women, who are branching out to start a car rental or auto rental service to provide to people, which is quite unique. So, what's your projection 3 to 5 years for your company?
With 3 to 5 years, we'd like to expand into, multi areas, try to see, give more of an impact in some of the communities, put together some community driven focus events so where we can sponsor a family, in some type of way. And that's going back, that's not even renting a car, that's actually giving a car back. So that's going back to my wholesale experience because I've always wanted to do that. And I think through Royal Connect, through exposure, we can actually put emphasis on the community, the needs in the community, and the people who need that, and we can help them through sponsorships. We also want to make sure that we have a dedicated location. I would like to have 3 dedicated locations and an array of vehicles. In addition to that, because these vehicles are luxury vehicles, for long-term rental, we would like to have financing available. So for someone who needs a car out on business or something like that for maybe a month or something like that, then we can provide some type of financing capabilities that can help them, or be some type of membership so that we can kind of work with people in the needs of what they have going on.
That's good. So, if someone wanted to book Royal Connect, I mean, what are the steps for booking? How can they reach you? Do you have a website, or how do they do it?
Absolutely. All they need to do is visit www.royalconnectllc.com. Only 5 steps. Pick your vehicle, pick your dates. We're gonna get you booked. You pick your charity, and then at the end, when you pick up your car, you get your tax deduction form for that particular charity of your choice or the featured charity. Right now, our featured charity are the Girl Scouts of Maryland, Troop 020. I'm sorry, 02019. Let me get that right. And they are very impactful in our youth, and we're really excited about supporting some of their initiatives.
Wow, I'm looking at your website now. DMV's luxury auto rentals. 5 easy steps. Select your vehicle, select your dates, check out, choose a charity, claim your tax deduction.
Absolutely. We try to
That's
make it simple as possible. No hidden fees. Insurance is included. And it's just in time for the holidays. I mean, and I feel like our prices are very competitive. We've been on the market as far as making sure that we are price driven and as well as consumer driven so that we can, get some exposure.
wow. That's awesome. I'm so happy. First of all, I commend you on this venture of yours. I know in time, in 3 to 5 years, you're gonna have more than just these cars and be donating to more than just this charity. I mean, maybe we can do a project or something together because I'm working on things too. And like I said, I also believe in giving back. I think people don't understand the power of giving. There's so many people who are selfish and they take that they don't understand the power of giving. And I think that that when you give, it does come back to you many ways. Sometimes people don't even understand. It's not always monetary that it comes back. It might come back in the form of good health. It might come back in
Mhm.
the form of good karma. It might come in the form of, something good happening to your loved ones or something. So, but I definitely believe in that. A lot of charities, you know, they need donations, they need help, they need volunteers. So, having that set up is great because I don't know any companies really that does that. I mean, on my website, I do have that I donate to Children Miracle Network, but you have on yours, which is coincidental too, that the whoever's running the car, they could donate to whomever, and that's awesome, to give back and everything, like you're doing, and to have this business venture and everything. You did besides the auto um industry. Is there anything else that you do?
Oh, mommy first. No, I also do event planning. I mean, I'm a passionate fitness advocate, so I love, staying fit. All your wellness all around the board. I'm all for it. Empowerment, encouragement, and I just really think that when people know better, and people a lot of times people just don't know what they don't know, and how that can change the trajectory of what their future looks like in the family as well, and then the impact that they can have. And so I'm really excited about it, and I'm ready to see that the impact is really going to have on the DMV area.
Well, I think it's going to have a great impact and everything when it pertains to you. First of all, yeah, you are an event planner. How can I forget that? Because you helped me with my event. Even though you were helping me with my event, I still couldn't get you on the show. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because you was that busy. But I understand. But yes, you're a very great event planner. So if you all saw my event when I posted it online, she was part of a lot of all of that. Her and can't forget Miss Jackie B. She was
Exactly.
you two or without you two, it wouldn't have been the way that it is. So I thank you again for that. I really, really appreciate it. Plus, you gave me connections to the comedians and also what the DJ. So it
Security. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It was a great experience. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity to be a part of that.
yes, yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure. I thank you all for, I recruited you all and I didn't know I was going to recruit you all. That's what I keep saying. Like, I just happened to be there. And I said, hold on. Let me think. And I said, talk. And then I can tell when I first asked you, you were hesitant. You were like, I said, do you do any? You was like, yes and no. I was like, okay, yeah. See, so that's I had to talk, and I know why, because I know sometimes when people are asked to do things, they're not compensated, they're not appreciated, they're taken advantage of, they do all this stuff. So I kind of understood it, but that's why I had to explain things. I'm not like, yeah, even though people always say I ain't like other people, but I'm really not like most people though. But it was a good experience. And as far as the fitness concerned, if anybody go to your Instagram page, they can see that you're well into fitness and it shows. So what is it, Miss Royal Fitness? That's your other page and everything.
Miss Royal Fitness, absolutely. So I'm really excited about that. Got some things I'm working on coming down the pipeline. So just a nice balance is always good. Um, and it's important to, stay fit all the way around the board.
When you're stressed, what happened? Oh, she must have accidentally hung up. Well, she was basically saying stay fitness all around the board. And I don't know what happened to her because she was just right there. But I'm assuming she accidentally hit something. But yeah, like she was saying, stay fit all around the board. Let me add her back because she's right there. Okay. Don't
Sorry
know.
about that.
Yeah,
It got me thrown.
I'm like, you were just saying they help all around the board and you disappeared. So, but that,
Absolutely.
yeah, but go ahead, finish that statement.
But just to recap, all around the board, physical fitness, financial literacy, and it all goes back to making sure you're the best version of yourself, whichever way you choose to go. I like to support people in that initiative, and I welcome anyone who share that same vision.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I really, really, really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come on here to show us and tell us what Royal Connect is about. I hope that, you know what I'm saying, you get some clients for people who are looking to rent an automobile in the DMV area. They can go to your website, Royal Connect. Let me put it right here. RoyalConnectLLC.com. For those of you looking to rent at a competitive rate than Turo and to have a better service and a better experience than Turo, please check out her website, RoyalConnectLLC.com. I just looked at it. It's a nice website. It's five easy steps for you all and everything. I really appreciate you taking the time to come
Thank
today. Thank
you.
you
Thank
again for
you.
helping me with my event. We have to talk more. I'll give you a call because I still haven't gotten in contact with that person, but we'll talk more about that later. So thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I wish you much success in your business and everything else.
Thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you. You enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. So that was Miss Royal Connect. I left her website right there, and I want you all to check it out. She does have a very nice website. If you're looking to rent a car in the DMV area, you're looking for other resource to explore, check it out because you never know. You never know if you might need her services. You might be on the side of the road or whatever. You might just say, "Dag, I need a car," and Turo might be too expensive for you all. Check her out. I think you all will like her cars. I think you all, the price, like I said, competitive to what I've seen on Turo. So check her out. So the other subject, the final topic of the day is self-love. Alexa, play the last song. I do not own the copyrights of this music. Alexa, play Love Song by Canton Jones. Alexa, hard-headed, y'all. Here's Love Song. She hard-headed. On Amazon Music. I do not own the right to this music. Alexa, turn the volume up. Now, I wanted to talk about this self-love thing. I had posted a couple of days ago about when someone went to my Instagram page, they was like, "Oh, that man love himself." So I kind of thought about it, and that's why I said what I said. If you all haven't checked out my post on Instagram or my post on Facebook, please check it out. I have the for sale sign right there when I'm talking about it. But I wanted to talk about self-love. I think enough people in this world do not love themselves. The reason why I say that is because when I look at the world today, when I look at a lot of men who are neglecting their kids, who are disrespectful to their mothers, who so much killing is going on in the world today, especially amongst my people and everything. Where's the love at? There is no love. If you really loved yourself, if you loved the people around you, you would take a look and you would do better. I also look at our women. I look at our women who, a lot of our women I feel are naturally beautiful, but over the years, with the cosmetic and makeup industry, they tend to, at one point, they only put on makeup for special occasions and special events. But then after a while, they just started putting it on daily, and then it gets caked on and caked on, and it takes away from their natural beauty to the point where when they take it off, you really don't even know who they are. And then you got over the past 2-3 years, the BBL, the Brazilian butt lift, has become very popular because people want attention from strangers more than valuing themselves. I mean, and then when I look on social media, I look on Instagram. Every time I turn around, I see these women baiting men with their behinds. They showing a lot of their skin. I remember one point in time you didn't really see that much skin from women, but now you see skin from women all the time. So they baiting men with their behinds, and then when they they get men, they can get all the men they want that's going to sexually be with them. But then when they really want that man who wants to be with them, he doesn't value her because he's looked at that you'd have shown the whole world the butterfly tattoos on the crack of your cheeks. And now you want a man to value that. And what a lot of people don't even think about is situations like that will cause men to look at like, I can't wife or I can't be with it, and they don't understand it. Yes, they're in high demand, they're making money right now, but how long will that last? 5 years, 10 years? Because after a while, that money is going to diminish. It's not going to last a lifetime, you know. And I'm not saying that even being with a man or a woman is going to happen or last for a lifetime. What I'm saying is though is the self-love is very few among people. See, me, of course, anyone know me, I love myself. You know what I'm saying? I love myself before I can love anyone else. You know, the love that I show for other is a reflection of me. And I feel like a lot of people has not been shown love because think about this. The way a lot of people was raised, especially black people, was raised on one or two things. They was raised on survival or they was raised on love. And a lot of time it comes out in the way that they treat people. That's why some people, like some women, only want to deal with men who got money and can provide and do certain things for them because when they grew up, they didn't have a lot of stuff and they were told to get it somebody who's going to give money, give money, get money, get money. And don't get me wrong, we all need money. We all love money and stuff. But when you look at money and what money can do, you value money more than you value a person. And the same thing with some men. They value the external, how a person look more than they value a person. So where's the love? It's like no self-love is going on out here. Like I said, I see many fathers who would neglect their kids because the mother has moved on with another guy. So he's so hurt by that that he will neglect his kid, even though his kid is a part of him. You know, and I think people don't even value that. See, when my kids were younger, I remember one time it was an incident, and I'm not gonna go too much into it, but it was an incident where I wasn't dealing with my kid's mother, and she had allowed her then boyfriend to beat my son. I went over there furious, knocking on the door, kicking on the door. They wouldn't let me in. Thank God they didn't, because somebody was going to really get hurt. But what I said to her was, "That's my blood running through his veins, and anybody touch me, I'm gonna touch them." So what I say is though to the fathers out there who you're so caught up with what she's doing, but you're not thinking about the outcome of your kids. Because here's what people fail to realize: that what's going on in the world today, all the mess that's going on, is a reflection of how people were raised. The lack of love. Alexa, stop. The lack of love that people didn't get from their mother, from their father, you know, and because people weren't given love, they don't know how to express love. And some people don't love themselves. It's a lot of people who don't love themselves. That's where, you know, the opposite of love is hate. That's why so much hatred is going on out here, where people will hate on you just for walking in the room because you tall and they short, because you slim and they fat, or because you fat and they slim, or because you short and they tall. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using any example, and I'm just basically saying people will hate on you for your pure existence because people don't love themselves. You know, anytime you try to better yourself in life, people get mad. Sometimes your own family member who get mad at you because you're trying to be a better you today than you were yesterday, because they don't love themselves. You know, what you have to understand is though those haters are miserable, and misery loves company. See, as long as you keep on trying to go to the top, and they stay at the bottom, they feel like you think you're better than them, when you don't really think you're better than them. You're just trying to do better in life. But some people can't understand that because of their reasoning and their thinking. Some people don't have that type of comprehension to fully understand, because people will form in their own minds their own assumptions and run with their assumptions. And everyone knows the first three letters of assumption is what? ASS. And that's exactly what they make of themselves. So when it pertains to self-love, we need more amongst people, because there's not that much going on out here. That's why a lot of people can't love people when they're in relationships, because they really don't love themselves. And a lot of people don't love their mother. It's like, for me, people always say, "Oh, you always checking on your mother. You always doing this." I wasn't raised by my mother. I was raised by my father. but that's my mother. See, the one thing I always knew, if it wasn't for my mother, I wouldn't be in this world. It wouldn't be me. So I love me. So I got to love her, regardless of her not being there as I grew up. But you have so many people who look for reasons not to do things instead of finding a reason to do things. Again, they looking for the negative rather than the positive, because there's always going to be a positive and negative in nearly everything, regardless of what you do. Now, even in a lot of tragedy, there are some positives out of it, but people are always looking for the negative because people are miserable by nature, and some people don't love themselves at all. So when they don't love themselves, they're going to hate on you. They're going to hate on anything that you do. I don't care what you do, how you look. Don't matter if you fix some food. They say, oh, you think you're a chef. You think you can cook because your food tastes good. But guess what? Supposed to. You're supposed to stand up. You're supposed to keep your head up. You're supposed to be proud of who you are. You're supposed to love you, because here's the thing. If you don't love you, who gonna love you? Because nowadays, love is so based on condition that a lot of people don't get love from their parents. They don't get love from their spouse. They got fake love when you get fake hugs from all these people. Fake love, fake hugs, fake thugs. No love out here. No love in the street. You know what I'm saying? People think, oh, because they hang in the street, you hanging with people. Them people don't love you. Them same people be the ones that'll kill you. And a lot of times, people who don't love themselves are the ones who quicker to kill. I grew up with a lot of men back in the days, teenagers and stuff, who didn't love themselves. They didn't care. Guess why? Because nobody ever showed them love. Nobody. No parent, no father, no mother, nobody. And they didn't care about nobody else. Guess why? Because nobody cared about them. And a lot of times when they not loved, they don't care. So they will kill us, and a lot of them are dead. But people who don't care for themselves, yeah, they're gonna do this. So again, even in the streets out there, ain't much love out there. Yes, it's unity, but it ain't love, because the moment you cross somebody, what they want to do, they want to take you out. You know, about the principle. It's about the principle in the streets. It ain't about love, it's about the principle. So again, even when you're dealing with your own family members, sometimes you have to separate yourself from the people in your family, because your own family will hate on you. You get a promotion on your job, they will hate on you. You get a new house, they will hate on you. You get a new spouse, they will hate on you. You get a new car, they will hate on you. You get some new shoes, they will hate on you. Some family members, they don't want the best from you, because here's the thing. People will tell you they want the best for you, but the moment you get the best, they start hating on you. That's why they always say the more you rise up in life, the more enemies and haters you get. And one thing I learned a long time ago, you got to have at least 7 haters to know that you're doing well. And I'm pretty sure many of you can point out at least 7 haters, and probably half of them in your family. And the other half is your co-workers or people you work with and people that you've been good to. So going back to self-love, see, the thing about self-love is, when I was talking about the fathers neglecting their kids and they being disrespectful to their mother. I'm talking about, I've seen grown men disrespectful to the woman who raised you. And it's like, damn, how you going to be like that? Because a lot of people don't love themselves. That's why some people would try to manipulate and get over on others, because they don't love themselves. All this killing that's going on in the Black community because we don't love ourselves. You know, I've seen many times, even with myself, I've walked and I've spoken to people and I've gotten a mean mug, just like, hey, what's up? I get a mean mug for what? I'm speaking. Why am I getting a mean mug? You know why? Because we got so much anger amongst each other. We're looking for a reason to show that we the toughest, the baddest, the hardest, or we show we uncivilized. See, we as Black people have been uncivilized ever since segregation. Ever since segregation, they let us free. We've been acting like wild animals ever since. No unity amongst us. Why not? Because there's no love amongst us. There's no self-love amongst us. And I say that with a passion because I see it all the time. And I'm sick of really seeing it. I'm sick of whenever a person like when the person said about my Instagram page, oh, that man loves himself. You damn right I love myself. You know why? Because many times people didn't love me when I loved them. Many times people didn't love me when I went out my way for them. You know, the same people I went out my way and did things, the same people let me down and didn't even make an effort, the same effort, half the effort for me that I made for them. So guess what? If I don't love me, who will love me? So I love me to the highest. I love tivity, whatever that is. I just made up a word. I love me to the highest of high. But one thing I do know is I know God loves me. I know God loves you all too. Because here's the thing: He allowed each and every one of us to wake up to see today. Because if you look back to yesterday, I'm pretty sure on the news today, you'll see there's been people who've been killed, whether it was a car accident or whether it was a shooting or whether it was anything, a fire, like I saw in Gaithersburg, Maryland. People die every day. So, you got to appreciate life. You got to appreciate the fact that you are loved by somebody. Even if you ain't loved by yourself, you love by somebody. Somebody love you. Like men, your kids love you, especially the ones that are younger, especially the ones you've been in there. They love you. Women, you're loved too by your kids. You don't have to get BBLs. You don't have to throw a whole bunch of makeup on to be some fake person, because you are being fake, whether you realize it or not. Fake lashes, fake makeup, fake hair. What I'm saying? You are being fake because the real you is what men really love. Like all these BBLs, they look nice and stuff, but guess what? At the end of the day, whether you had a BBL or not, a man is still gonna lay down with you. So who you out there doing it for? Because you ain't really doing it for most men, because most men don't really care about that. They care more about you as a person, and they care more about what they can get from you in some cases, but they ain't care about that. Yeah, it look good, you know, but they ain't tripping off that. You tripping off that because of your self-esteem, you know, because of how you feel. You tripping more than anyone. Because most men, even going back before it became real popular, which in the past 2 years, they say it's been over a 220% increase of BBLs done. But even before that, guess what? Men were still tapping women, dating women, going out with women with nobodies. So I just wanted to say that when it pertains to self-love, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And at the same time, respect yourself and love yourself. Because if you don't love you, who will? And if you don't love you, how are you going to express love? Because the same love you want to give back from someone, you need to be able to give someone. But you'll never be able to give someone something that you don't have. That's when it becomes fake love. That's why sometimes people give people what they think they want them to have instead of knowing what they should have. There is a difference. So I want to talk about that, but I also want to thank you all for checking in on my show today, episode 35 of Real Estate, Real Life, Real Talk, and Real Live with Damon, the agent. And I just want to recap, first of all, about the programs. HPAC program, which is in DC, gives it up to $202,000 for first-time home buyers in DC. NACA, which is through DC, Maryland, and Virginia. It is not credit-driven. It is giving and paying down payment and closing costs, but you have to be in the program for 6 months to a year in order to reap the benefits. And then the MMP program, which is in Maryland, is giving up to 5% closing cost help in Maryland only. And I wanted to thank Miss Royal Connect, which is also LaKimbra Clark on Facebook, on Instagram. Her pages are Miss Royal Connect, Miss Royal Entertainment, and Miss Royal Fitness. She does a lot of things, Royal, as you can see. And then again, going back to self-love. Again, self-love begins within. But even when you have self-love, you're going to have people hating on you because you love yourself. See, haters hate someone who loves themselves, who expresses love. The more love you express, the more hate you're going to get from people. It is all a part of life. People don't know what you've been through. People haven't walked in your shoes, but people will find a reason to hate on you for any reason. Just like I know I got haters on social media. I know there are certain people who be on my page watching stuff all the time. Never like any of my stuff. Never comment on any of my stuff. Just be watching and go back and talk to each other like little punks. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know people do that. They ain't got to say nothing. I already know. I can see and look at people and tell people how people are these days. You know what I'm saying? You call it discernment, you call it whatever you want, but at the same time, though, it is what it is. And understand in life, we all gonna have haters. Again, in our life, they're gonna be in our family sometime. What can you do? You gotta keep moving and let the haters hate, and you do your stuff and do whatever you do. Again, this has been Damon the Agent. Check out my website, damontheagent.com, for all your real estate needs. I am DC, Maryland, and Virginia. You can always find me. You can also call and text me at 202-618-1382. And follow me on social media on all of my platforms. I thank you for this day. I appreciate you all in every way. Have a great day, everyone.